Alright guys, so the 19 million download campaign should be in full swing by the time this video is going up, so I decided let's go ahead and talk about it, all the good stuff that we're going to be getting for this download campaign, because in general, it's just a lot of good stuff. We get some missions, we get really good login rewards, and obviously, if you're worried about like the banner, well, we're getting Murasaki, although she seems to be a little bit late over here on the NA version of the game, but hey, ever since Lasengo's taken over, we know that we have not been immune to like scheduling changes, right? If you were looking forward to Oku and you remember getting pushed back like 2 months, you know, they're kind of bound to do stuff like that. But before we begin, if you have not already, make sure to leave a like on the video and you subscribe to the channel for that sweet daily FGO content. Also, I stream every weekday starting at about 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, so if you want to see me do summons or play FGO live, that is where you can catch me doing that. But let's go ahead and just start getting into all of the things that we get for this campaign, starting off with the login bonus down here. Now, the thing that I'm assuming most people are going to care about when it comes to this is the 10 tickets that we're going to be getting, because again, we have quite a few good banners coming up. I mean, Murasaki's not only out, but Muramasa is going to be coming out for New Year's. If you're a Maid Alter fan or a Tamamo fan, their summer versions are going to be coming out for the New Year's campaign as well, as long as like Super Orion comes back. Then like right after that, you have someone like Space Ishtar coming out as well. So 10 tickets, basically a multi-summon, right? So that's pretty useful for a lot of players if you're going to want to like go ahead and pull for any of those hype servants, or even just save them for like the Lost Belt 6 stuff, right? And you can see all of the things that we're going to be getting over here. I think notably as well, these fruits are going to be very, very important because the Christmas Lotto should be coming out in like a week or two. It really should just be like around the corner, the Karna Lotto event, right? And so you want to go ahead and try to save these and hold onto them for the lotto. I wouldn't burn them on like story or anything because spoiler alert, all of the story stuff is at like a 4th AP or something, I believe, for this campaign. So you want to save these for the lotto to really maximize on farming boxes. 10 million QP can also be really helpful if you're like really broke, because that's like enough to like kind of get some ascensions and stuff done. But if you need to do any skills, that's really not going to help you out at all. I mean, a 5 stars level 10 skill is like 20 million, so like you can't even afford that. But it's nice if you're like super broke and you just need 10 million to like level up and ascend servants at the very least. That can be kind of nice. There is like the cumulative login bonus here as well. The rare mana prism is probably like the prize alongside like the golds over here, because 200 mana prisms is really not a whole lot. I mean, if you haven't gotten your monthly like tickets or anything, you can use it for that, but really nothing like super special. All right, so the craft essence thing, I know a lot of people are probably wondering about this because you can get a decent chunk of Saint Quartz for leveling up a craft essence to level 100. So the easiest way to do this is to just make some CE bombs, and really all you need for that is just a metric butt ton of friend points, right? Basically what you're going to go do is you're going to go maximum break and fully level up a level 2 or level 1 star CE, and you're going to just fully level them up and throw them into the 5-star CE that you want to bring to level 100 that you have like maximum broken. Well, I say 5-star CE because those are the ones that generally have like the best value, like the best bang for your buck if you're going to do something crazy like this. It could be a free-to-play CE. Doesn't matter. Everybody should have at least one 5-star CE maximum broken for just like finishing an event or something, right? And so it's generally not super hard. It's just kind of time consuming. I prefer to do the 2-star CEs to max those out and then like kind of throw those into my 5s, just because it takes less of those to do. But you know, arguably 1-star CEs are easier to level up because they have a smaller like cap or whatever. So you can throw those into there, right? Perfectly fine. You just get the job done. It's just really time consuming. It'll just take you a little bit to do so. The best thing that I find to use for them is if you happen to have, and I know this is going to sound really messed up, if you happen to have your Valentine CEs, those are max level CEs, and you could throw those into your 5-star CEs to get like all the bonuses here, because you need to get it to level 100. And you know, you get those back every Valentine's event, but for some people that might seem a little bit messed up, because it's like, oh, these are like my servants like gifts to me, and I'm throwing those into the these 5 stars to max level them. But they're really useful because you can quickly max out a CE with those. And again, most of them you can get back because of you know, what's it called, like we get the same Valentine scenes every single year, so you always get the CE back. And that's why I don't have any of my Valentine CEs, because I throw them into maximum break stuff. But don't tell anybody I told you guys that. That's you and I secret, all right? But yeah, you'll get yourself a nice chunk of Saint Quartz if you want to do that. The nice thing is that, well, I mean, this is cool. That's for story and whatever, but most people probably aren't going to use this very much. It's just giving you like basically revives for the story up to 5.5. So if you're really struggling, you can kind of use these to like push through. But there is like double super success rate for like CE leveling up right now as well. So it's really good if you want to do the CE bombing the normal way with the 1 and 2 star CEs, because you might get lucky and you might like be able to really blitz through and level them up. Same thing over here. These are just like free missions that, as long as you're like just doing some main quest stuff, you'll be able to get a lot of this. So it's just kind of like do the story and you'll get everything here. You'll get the revives and you'll get just kind of like free Saint Cords. Not super hard to do, especially because they are lowering the AP for all of the quests as well. Again, make sure you get this done, because for something like Saber Wars 2 that is coming out, you need to get through Solomon, I believe. And so you want to make sure that you're at least kind of caught up on the story. That way you're not messing yourself up for events like that. And then there is the double success rate for servant and CE enhancement, right? So that's all like really like fine and dandy. That's pretty much like the main stuff that we're getting with this event. I mean, half AP cost for like all of that is fine, like free quest. If you haven't done the 5.5 free quest for the free, well, the free quote unquote, the Saint Quartz that you get for completing those, make sure you get that done as well while you can, while the AP is cut in half. Just kind of stuff to do before we actually get a lot of the hype banners and everything. We just got through a point where they had these embers and the training ground things that were a half AP, I believe. We just finished that, but now they're all open. So I guess if you just really need Archer EXP cards, you can go ahead and do that. Whatever, not a super big deal, I imagine, for a lot of people. This CE is not available in the shop right now. It's pretty decent. The QP is nice. The Master EXP is cool if you want to max level, but I believe once you get to about, it's like 140 or 150, there's really no incentive to go any higher, really, because you're not like maxing out team costs anymore. So it can be nice if you want to go for it, but like if you haven't gotten like some of the things like the Bella Lisa things or the Chaldea tea time and lunchtime and everything, I'd still prioritize grabbing those out of the shop with like your gold prisms and everything, like where this is now available, right, for the gold prism if you want to go ahead and get that. And then there's the Murasaki banner. Murasaki is pretty good. You can kind of use her for farming, but I think that she has a bit of a better role in actual like fighting difficult content, right? Her kit is just generally very well tailored to taking on harder content. Her special damage mod is pretty good. I'll talk about that more in tomorrow's video. I'll go ahead and I'll give Murasaki like an actual dedicated video where I'll go more in depth. But she is like a servant that is worth summoning for, if that makes sense, but I don't know if she's as valuable as a lot of the other servants that are also going to be coming out very soon. Like, if you're going to want somebody for farming, I would recommend either going for like Vitra or Muramasa, right? Because they do it a little bit better. Or even wait for Space Ishtar, right? Because Space Ishtar is kind of like primo farming servant, because she can not only be your arts, but she can also be your quick or your buster farmer as well. And so if you're like going for her for the reason that like, well, I can kind of use Murasaki in like farming setups, I can kind of get her to farm with Castoria, I don't know if I'd go for that reason. If you just like Murasaki a lot because you're a huge fan of Raida, you know, the guy that draws like Murasaki, Kintoki, Shuten, and Raiko, like all those people. If you're a huge fan of, you know, Raida's art style and everything, then yeah, by all means, go ahead and summon for Murasaki. But if you're like, I need a primo, like super insanely powerful servant, this is not the servant to like actually go for. She is really good. She is pretty powerful, but she's not like this like insane like mega mind servant, right? That's going to like absolutely carry you through things. She's like a really good addition to your box because of things like the damage mod and kind of buffs that she's able to give the party and kind of help you through specific challenge quests. But if you need like a primo insane servant, you might as well summon for like Super Orion on New Year's, right? Like someone that'll like just carry you through insane boss battles. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the 19 million download campaign. Again, just kind of some nice things that like, oh yeah, we get a little bit of tickets, we get a little bit of Saint Quartz, you know, there's a nice banner up. Some people might see it as a good banner if they want to skip it, right? Like if you're not summoning for Murasaki, you're like, okay, good, another banner I don't have to summon on, because we had like, I don't know, like 5-6 banners up for like the last couple of days. It's been really insane over on the NA version. So kind of calming down on that is really, really nice. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Let me know if you're going to be summoning for Murasaki. And again, if you need help with like leveling up a CE or anything like that, like maybe, you know, you want more of like an in-depth discussion on like CE bombing and everything, you can come out to the streams or you can come out to the Discord and somebody can help you if I myself am like not available. So with all that being said, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. You guys have such a nice day. Peace. Late, guys.